Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my very first ever 5-star review. I just wanted to kind of feature some of my favorite places around great old Toronto and, just some of my favorite things in general. Starting off with Grenadier Pond. Ugh, I absolutely adore Grenadier Pond. A beautiful patch of water at the southwest edge of High Park. It's one of the best places in the city to rest and recuperate, allowing your thoughts to gently wander as you take in the local wildlife. The great blue heron, an exquisite, elegant bird, is a proud resident of the pond, accepting small gifts from fisherfolk who deftly catch bluegill under the softly shimmering water. Boom. So, a few things. I've been playing with not just the kind of words I'm using, but the structure as well. Starting off with kind of just like a comma break, a little explanation of exactly what Grenadier Pond is. It's really nice to start off with kind of like a context statement, right? What is Grenadier Pond? For someone who doesn't know what it is, now they know. It's a beautiful patch of water at the southwest edge of High Park. Could have said corner. I like edge with the E with west, right? The west edge of High Park. And we're assuming the reader knows that High Park is in Toronto. This is for a Toronto audience, right? Because it's more casual, I'm going to do the it's with the apostrophe instead of it is. It's one of the best places in the city to rest and recuperate. A little R&R. And then I'm going to do this, the continuous verb phrase. Honestly, just one of my absolute favorite ways to transition in a sentence. I just find it's really, the pacing works very well there. Yeah, and I'm kind of, what I'm doing here as well is I have an adverb and a verb, and then just a little adjective with the noun here and the object. It's kind of nice to pair those two and two, right? Gently wander as you take in the local wildlife. 2 and 2, pretty good. The great blue heron, an exquisite, elegant bird. So not only is this nicely separated by 2 M dashes, which just gives it like a, now I'm changing up the structure a little bit so it's not getting too repetitive with commas in the middle of the sentence, right? And then here is a cool structure with the 2 adjectives separated by a comma, right? So it's just a different way of putting down adjectives, which isn't used all that often, but honestly, I think it paces it really well. For example, I actually had exceptionally here before is the adverb, and I just thought it was too much, not just in terms of syllables, but just in terms of the feeling. I've been using adverbs throughout this whole thing, so I just thought this kind of structure was a bit more subtle and nice. And here, instead of proud resident, I thought of maybe saying something like mainstay, but it didn't feel potent enough. And also, with the P's, a proud resident of the pond is kind of a nice phonetic sound there. And then here, just because it just kind of works, I'm going to use that continuous verb again. And this is a little bit of a long sentence without any punctuation. This is almost as long as I want to go, and I'm just playing with it just because there's some nice kind of turns of phrase in here. I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit. I'm just enjoying this, right? Accepting small gifts from fisher folk, getting those S sounds in there, and then who deftly catch bluegill under the softly shimmering water. So I got 2 adverbs that kind of phonetically rhyme there. I'm starting to get these S's going, softly shimmering here, small gifts. And what's kind of cool here is I don't have to say that this is a fish because I'm talking about fisher folk who deftly catch bluegill. Also, bluegill, the great blue heron, bluegill, kind of like a nice little connection there. It's not too repetitive, and I think it sounds pretty nice. And then, come on, softly shimmering, that's a nice little image there, right? One of the cool things about Grenadier Pond I've always noticed is just like the wind kind of just like ruffles the surface of it all the time, so it's like a constantly rippling pond. Rippling, shimmering, we go with shimmering here, probably because of the S's too. So yeah. That's my 5-star review. You have like the opening section, which is the context. You have the second section, which is kind of like my opinion of it. And you have the third section, which is just kind of like a nice sentence about the park, giving you a little bit of flavor of what's going on there. I'm talking about local wildlife, so I'm just continuing that in a bit more of like a, exposition and just kind of like a nice bit of info for you as the reader. So yeah, hope that is something that you like seeing. 5 stars. Love me some Grenadier Pond. Stop by in the near future if you're ever in the neighborhood, High Park's a great place to go. All right. That's all for me. Take care, everyone. See ya.